A very warm Caribbean welcome to all of you who join us here for the opening day of the ICC World 2020 for 2010. And the match that launches this great tournament will be Sri Lanka against New Zealand. It's a match from Group B, and we're here at the beautiful Guyana National Stadium in Providence, Guyana. These are the four groups: Pakistan, Bangladesh and Australia in Group A. In Group B, Sri Lanka, New Zealand, Zimbabwe. Group C featuring South Africa, India, and look at that, Afghanistan, having made it to the top echelon of cricket in the 2020. In Group D, the home nation West Indies with England and Ireland. The top two teams from each group will progress to the Super 8 stage of the ICC World 2020.
Yeah, thanks, Simon. Well, you've heard both captains talk about historically here, this pitch here at the National Stadium can be described as slow and low. Now, if I just go down and show you just a little bit about this one, there's a little bit more of a difference here in that what they've tried to do to counteract the slowness and the lowness later down in the match is leave a little bit of grass on this surface, and grass here at Providence is all relative. So it's rolled in, there are a few roots there, and hopefully it'll keep the pitch together a little bit more. Might just make the pace a little bit more uneven or two-pace as well. But it's a little bit of an experiment in leaving a little bit more grass on here. So hopefully it'll work. Now, if I move down towards the pavilion end, here where the stumps are and I stand here, I'm just going to talk a little bit about, it's a little bit dry here, so I still think the spinners will come into play. But just the dimensions of the ground as well are very important. Now, away to my left, as I stand here as a left-hander, to the right of the screen is about 80 meters to that extra cover area. That's a fair size boundary between 75 to 78 down to long off and third man as well over that 75-meter mark. To my right, which is the left of the screen, it's shorter. It's 75 meters over there. So usually you'd like to pepper that side of the ground. What does, though, bring a sort of balance to the equation is there's a big wind, a hard wind that comes over from that side of the ground. So sometimes it's a bit hard hitting the ball in the air there to clear the boundary, but it's shorter today, so they just might pepper that. So we're hoping that the experiment with a little bit of grass makes it a little more consistent, but time will tell.
Thanks to Ian Bishop and Simon Dool. So this is the Sri Lanka side, and alongside me, England's former captain Nasser Hussain. Nasser, Sri Lanka look incredibly strong in all departments.
Incredibly strong. Really good players all the way down. Jayasuriya with the experience, the talent of Dilshan. He invented the Dilshan scoop in the last 2020 World Cup. What sort of tournament will he have? Matthews, very intelligent cricketer. And look at the bowling. They got to the final last time because of their bowling. Look at Malinga, Murali and Mendes. They will have a role to play on this slow pitch.
Chandimal, the newcomer into that side. This is New Zealand. They promise so much.
Yeah, the key thing here is fitness. Look at those players, generally injured. Ryder usually injured, Styris injured, Vittori, Orr and Bond usually carry injuries. How often do you see that you get all the New Zealand players fit at the same time? And they look a very good side. So good way to start the tournament. It's not one of the minnows against a major side. It is two major cricketing nations in a major cricketing tournament. Not a difficult decision at all. Plays right into Sri Lanka's hands. Bat first, get runs, and the pitch should slow down. But New Zealand won't mind that. They like to squeeze. They've got a couple of good spinners in Vittori and McCullum. And no surprise here in the McCullum. That's Nathan McCullum will take the new ball. That's maybe why Jayawardene is opening instead of Jayasuriya.
Well, they've certainly got to think on their feet. I've been in Barbados and watched a couple of warm-up matches there on desperately slow pitches. So you would see that spin will play a massive part in this tournament. I think this is a massive pointer also. New Zealand and Sri Lanka will rely lots on spin. I think this is a cracking game to start. Tell us all we need to know about the competition.
That's a good pickup from Jayawardene. In fact, it's gone with the wind and it's cleared the biggest side of the ground easily. 12 without loss. Nice. Jayawardene likes to make a little bit of room for himself. That's the longest side of the ground, but still has enough on it and timed well enough to get away for 4.
This is such a good shot to pierce that offside field. I've just been talking about the outfield. I wanted to see how quick this is, and it's quick enough. The ball races away. You certainly would not get that earlier in the week at Barbados. The ball would stop dead.
One thing you notice about Jawardner is that you don't want to give him room. Sometimes he creates his own room, and maybe he just saw the length and shimmied back a little bit, but you don't want to give him any room.
Well, I just mentioned the fast men and the qualities of bowling, fast and straight and full. I think what you're looking for as a batsman here, particularly against the new ball, if it's short and wide, that's your scoring area.
Yeah, that's tugged by Jawardner as they pace off the ball. Nevertheless, we'll find out. 28 without loss.
We've seen 2 boundaries from Shane Bond, and they're both short balls.
And that's a beautiful shot. Really good use of the feet from Jawardner, and he's put that away through the covers.
Yeah, you've got to love the way Jawardner bats. He's such an elegant batsman. Even in this form of the game, he doesn't lose his shape. He doesn't try and hit it too hard. Very, very stylish player. Look at this. Doesn't try and whack it too hard. Finds the gap. Top performer. Led the way, really. 29 from 34. Dilshan has struggled at the other end, so it's been important that Jawardner hasn't put any pressure on Dilshan.
Oh, there it is, but he's bowled him. Crossed the line, and Oram has gone straight through him, perhaps a little low, but he should have been looking down the ground a lot more there, Dilshan, than perhaps mid-wicket.
It was always coming. He really didn't feel comfortable at any stage. He's gone for 3 from 19 deliveries. Sri Lanka, 35 for 1.
So 35 for 1, 5.4 overs, so really good start for New Zealand. The dancers are up, dancing the tune of New Zealand at the moment. A little off-speed delivery perhaps from Jacob Oram. Yeah, it was just that little off-spinner, off-cutter. Dilshan looking to go more mid-wicket really than straight down the ground. It was just straight through him. He too has been in very good form in T20 cricket of late. Clipped away to mid-wicket, just be one again. Work from Tim Southey. 44 for 1. Bowled him. Wild swing across the line from Kumar Sangakkara, and Styris has gone straight through him, second ball.
Yeah, good from Vettori, building pressure. Southey was building pressure, but he took him off. Vettori comes on, and Sangakkara needed to relieve that pressure, but he couldn't. He's gone for 4. Sri Lanka in a little bit of trouble, 44 for 2.
Well, there's the new batsman, Dinesh Chandimal. International debut for him. So already a bit of a change in the batting order. Jayasuriya due to come in.
Yeah, on debut, so under pressure. Maybe they feel they need one experienced player at the crease all the time, so they would have wasted Jayasuriya and Jawardner at the crease. Get the youngster in, the debutant, who's had a good domestic tournament, batting all round, and mainly a batsman. But he'll be under pressure, and Sri Lanka under pressure. After that first bond over, they were going pretty well, and another swish across the line produces the wicket. Probably just trying to hit it too square in the end. Same with Dilshan, going too square.
Goes in the air this time. Won't run away for 4, I don't believe. Daniel Vettori should cut it off. And he does. So 3.
2 veterans of the game, and now the debutant on strike. How does he play spin? Gets across to the offside, tries to open up the leg. Single brings up the 50 for Sri Lanka.
That's the 50 for Sri Lanka in 9.2 overs. Sri Lanka 50 for 2.
A little bit of a mix-up. Vettori shies, misses.
out, I think, with a direct hit. Vettori had to run round. He's a left-arm throw. Direct hit, only one stump to aim at, would have been very tight.
So 54 for 2, 10 overs gone. Halfway stage in the innings. New Zealand doing a good job, been a very good start. Scott Styris is going to continue with the ball. Cut away to Jesse Ryder and into the commentary box. New voice of Darren Ganga and Alan Wilkins.
We haven't seen this lad, but with shots like that, we could see a few more of him. Well fielded. Martin Guptill is the fielder who saved a certain boundary. What a good-looking shot it was from Dinesh Chandimal. He's the 20-year-old highest scorer in domestic Sri Lankan 2020 cricket this year.
Yeah, that's a fine shot. Looking for the gap, you know, trying to place the ball, with some excellent work on the outfield as well.
It's gone the aerial route this time, and it's got all the legs. That's a great shot from Chandimal. He's announced himself on this big stage, and he's here for some time. 64 for 2 from 11. Little bit slower, but he's caught hold of it. It's a third six of the innings. What a great blow.
Fantastic shot by Jayawardena, and we're seeing, as the innings progresses, he's taking more control and more command of the Sri Lankan innings. Sri Lanka would hope that he goes all the way through, batting that 20 overs. Picked it up on the up and deposited it over the long on boundary.
That would have felt so good through the hands. 50 partnership. 50 for Mahela Jayawardena. What a classical, beautiful to watch half century. This is wonderfully fashioned. He's not a big fella by any means, Mahela Jayawardena, but he uses the pace of the ball.
Well, there's a chance, was it? No. Straight through the hands of Brendan McCullum. And away to the mid-wicket boundary for 4.
Well, they both played terrifically well. Both these at the crease for Sri Lanka. They've come to terms with the pitch, and I think you've got to do that so quickly. 101 for 2, going well. In the last 5 overs of the innings, it can get away from you here. Vettori comes across and chats to McCullum. It's a more through mid-wicket, nothing more than that, but it's effective. Just got to come to terms with the conditions, you really have. How many have they got between them? 90. They've got 90, these two at the crease, out of 101 for 2.
They've been superb. Joe wouldn't have needed something like Chandimal as well. The other players that had been in and around at the time were slow and they were holding everything back. And Chandimal's come to the crease, 29 from 22, and looked every bit as assured. Down the wicket this time. Has that gone all the way? It might have. No, it hasn't. Ross Taylor, outstanding. Absolutely brilliant, Ross Taylor. He was right on the edge of the boundary, stuck the right hand up, tapped it back in, and then held on to the catch. So the dangerous Chandimal has to go.
This is a fantastic catch. Right beneath us, we had to stand up and watch what was happening. Chandimal has gone for 29 from 23, but this is a fantastic catch. Take a look at this. Ross Taylor at deep long on. He thinks he's got enough on it, Chandimal there. He's right on the boundary, right by the rope, parries it, just pushes it in the air, stands his ground. Great catch, Ross Taylor. Chandimal has played well, 29 from 23.
Swung away. That is a really good shot. Opening up the hands and just flaying it away over backward point.
Well, this is looking special now from Jayawardena. 70 from 44, 7 fours, 2 sixes. Very important, these last 4 overs for both teams. New Zealand need to get rid of Jayawardena.
He's only missed his mark by a fraction there, Tim Southey. Full, put away. just missed his mark again there, Tim Southey. And that has gone away through backward square. Couple of bounces and into the boundary. 118 for 3.
Well, he might think he's gone all right there, Tim Southey, but he's gone for 12. It's 118 for 3 with 3 overs to go, so that's 18 deliveries. Southey now 3 overs for 17. Not bad at all.
So 17 overs gone. 10 and over from here on for Sri Lanka. 148, I think that would be a terrific score. Very defendable. 12 and over would be exceptional. Anything over 150, I think, will be very hard work for New Zealand. Daniel Vettori back into the attack. 3 overs for 17, Vettori. Capagadera on strike. Probably see a little more pace, I think, from Vettori now.
Big over for New Zealand, this captain back in, and so much experience.
He hasn't been hit for a boundary yet, Daniel Vettori, in his 3 overs and 2 deliveries. To keep that intact.
I suppose also that Sri Lanka will want Jayawardene to bat all the way through, so he's now on strike to Vettori. He might just ease him around, make sure that he stays on strike.
Or not. He's gone to the gap on the leg side. Taylor picks it up into Shane Bond, and just the 2 runs as a result. Down the wicket and over, extra cover, won't go for 4. Nathan McCullum cut it off. Might be right, Bumble. It's just a matter of trying to pick up 2 a ball. He knows where he can get to, and it's such a big ground that 2's a fairly comfortable proposition, aren't they? Career best score at international level of 2020 cricket for Mahela Jayawardene. He had 78 against Ireland.
Bowling figures there. Bond, 3 overs for 28, the fast man.
Slower ball. Hit away, and 6, will it? No, it won't. It will not carry. It's taken. Very good catch. Nathan McCullum in the end. He believed it was going a bit further, but we've talked about it earlier. Hitting into the wind is not that easy.
Started off for 6, did this. Nathan McCullum stands his ground at deep mid-wicket. Takes a good catch. Jayawardene has gone 81 from 51. Fantastic innings, 124 for 4.
Yeah, absolutely right. It started off as 6. Nathan McCullum was watching it sail over his head. He was looking at the ball going over his head, and then all of a sudden it just blew back. The wind really held it up, and surprisingly enough for him, he found it in his hands.
He steps back. The first thing he does, he steps back towards the boundary there. He runs back, and then he has to come forward. Keeps his eye on the ball. This is a good catch in the end. It's gone a long, long way.
Well, Angelo Matthews, as predicted, is the new batsman, so still no Sanath Jayasuriya. He's been shunted a little more down the order.
Sanath's playing as a tail ender. Sure, he'll bowl on this pitch. He's definitely going to bowl. Angelo Matthews next in.
So Shane Bond, start of the last over, goes wide, and oh well, he's got away with it. I think he's got away with it, that one, Bumble.
Well, there's a guideline there for the umpires. It is only a guideline, and I think he's just inside it. Steve Davies had a long look at it. Just on that line, isn't it?
No, I don't mind that at all. I think the bowlers have to be given a touch of leeway. Ball, 3rd man's in place, so it'll just be the single. find a lot of batsmen walking away to the leg side trying to give themselves room, so it makes it look a lot worse at times. So no problem with that first delivery.
Well, I thought that Matthews did that. He just threatened to get away and he bowled it just inside that line, Shane Bond. Fine leg inside the circle, so he's going to stay offside.
Oh, that's huge. It is big enough, and plenty big enough. Full toss, and punished away over extra cover.
Well, the batsman does know which side it will be. He'll be offside looking at this field. Bond looking for the Yorker, gets it full. The dancers are busy. How many sixes? 4 sixes. Only 9 fours in the innings, but 4 sixes.
Down the wicket this time. This is long off, should be out. Nathan McCullum again, and he takes the catch pretty comfortably. So wicket for Shane Bond.
No real celebrations, it's just a wicket, it's a dot ball. Batsman looking for big shots and going for sixes. 7 runs off the over so far. Kapagedra goes for 11 from 10 deliveries, 135 for 5. Well, they're doing the job, Sri Lanka. They're getting themselves, I think, into a really good position. You get to 140 with the team that they've got, the spinners that they've got. We've got a cracking game on here. Everyone's a winner at this stage. McCullum again, very, very safe on the boundary. They've caught well, New Zealand. 7 from the over. 2 deliveries to go, Shane Bond.
Well, tail enders come to the crease. Sana Jayasuriya. They're into the tail at number 7. He's not facing, of course, batsman Cross, so... Oh, he won't face the ball either, will he? No, he doesn't want the single, doesn't want to run himself out without facing one. He says, I'll just sit down here and watch this last delivery. Thanks, Angelo.
Well, he might have thought, Sanat, that he was opening the batting, and that your captain's telling you something. Not you yet, not you, no. Going at number 7. Kapagedra well caught by Nathan McCullum at long off. 1 delivery to go, 135 for 5.
That's in the air again. This will be another chance for Nathan McCullum, and he takes it comfortably. So 2 wickets in the final over for Shane Bond, both caught by Nathan McCullum. And I think this is a score that New Zealand will be pretty happy with. Sri Lanka, after their start, will probably be reasonably happy as well with the bowling attack they've got. Matthews is out for 3 from 6 deliveries, so 135 for 6 at the end of the 20 overs. And all in all, about par, I think, Bumble. I'm not really sure who will be the happiest out there.
Both teams will fancy this. Sri Lanka have worked very, very hard to get to 135 for 6. This is the last wicket to fall off the last delivery. McCullum again, safe pair of hands. Right decision for Bond. He bowled really well there, that last over. He finishes 2 for 35. First 6 overs, I think, will be pretty important for New Zealand on this chase. But spin, just look at the spinners. Murali, Mendes, Jayasuriya, Dilshan. There's all sorts of spin available. That's what Sri Lanka have done.
And the slower bowling, really. Nathan McCullum 1 for 17 from 3. Southey was impressive. 1 for 23, Jacob Oram. Styrus, 2 overs, 1 for 13. So let's go down on the ground with Ian Bishop.
Yeah, Nathan McCullum here with me. Nathan, 135. How attainable is that for you guys?
Yeah, it's obviously a decent score for us to chase. We're obviously hoping for around about their 140 mark to restrict them, and 136 is definitely in our range, and it's a matter of us going out there and doing the business now.
Sri Lanka looked on target for a little bit more than that as they enter those last 5 overs. How was the pitch played, and is that a big factor?
Yeah, they were looking a little bit more. We gained a little bit of momentum towards the end, so that obviously helps going into the batting. And the pitch is obviously a slow Caribbean wicket as it is, and there's not a lot of difference to what we've played on recently. So hopefully our boys will get a good start early on, and then we'll carry on from there.
Yeah, tactically, is it important to get those first 6 overs, get a good tempo going?
Yeah, I think so. It's obviously a big momentum game, so if you can get that good start, then it obviously helps as you go further through.
Good luck.
Cool. Thanks, mate.
Welcome back to the Guyana National Stadium, Providence, just outside Georgetown, Guyana. Good audience, good crowd for this first match in the ICC World 2020. New Zealand have to score 136 to beat Sri Lanka. Brendan McCullum, who's now played in every 2020 international for New Zealand. This is the 34th for New Zealand, and he has played in all 34 of them. It's Angelo Matthews to open the bowling for Sri Lanka. Nasser Hussain alongside me. Nasser 135 on the board. New Zealand did a pretty good job with the ball.
They did, but Sri Lanka did pretty well to get up to there, thanks mainly to Mahela Jayawardene, 81 or 51. These two the key for me. Ryder and McCullum, two big hitters of the ball. They've got to get New Zealand ahead of the rate before Murali, Mendes, Malinga bowl towards the end of the innings. If you're behind the rate and you're trying to catch up and Murali and Mendes are on, you're struggling. And Malinga, you don't want 10 off the last over, Malinga bowling. So get off to a flyer, New Zealand, and then milk the spinners. So these first 5 overs, the absolute key.
Jesse Ryder and Brendan McCullum opening for New Zealand. McCullum on strike. And in the warm-up matches, Jesse Ryder contributed a decent 60 against Ireland, with New Zealand winning both their warm-up matches.
Got to enjoy the way Ryder goes about his cricket as well. I've not seen him for a little while since England played in New Zealand when he burst onto the scene, Jesse Ryder. But he really is an old-fashioned cricketer. He just stands there and tries to whack the ball. Sri Lanka will be sharp in the field, they always are. Dilshan quite brilliant at backward point.
Such a key area, that behind square. Just a bit short, and it's high up on the bat, and it's a catch. Malinga takes the catch. And New Zealand have lost their first wicket. McCullum has gone cheaply, he's gone for naught. And that's a big blow for New Zealand. He's gone for naught. It's 0 for 1.
First blood. Sri Lanka said the first few overs would be crucial. Matthews has a really good cricket brain. He wasn't just going to pitch it up all the time. That was a little bit more back of a length and just spliced away, nowhere near the middle of the bat. A good low catch from Malinga because he was going back, expecting it going over his head, but it didn't, and New Zealand lose their first wicket without a run on the board.
So New Zealand have not opened their account, but Sri Lanka have opened theirs because they've made the early inroad. And it's Brendan McCullum, danger man. All 34 2020 internationals he's played, and he's gone for a duck. Martin Guptill, who's been in good form recently. So again, Nessa, you would know, having batted in this position, it's almost that he's opening and the repair work has to start and he's got to get going.
Yeah, absolutely. We talk about the big guns for Sri Lanka, but these guys never let them down. I'm talking about, you know, the Angelo Matthews of this world, because they know they're going to be targeted. They know that they are perceived as the weak link in the attack. He's given the first over, and he could well start with a maiden here, a wicket maiden, if this is a dot.
That's a great start. Angelo Matthews, wicket maiden. It's 0 for 1.
Well, they say that the first over often sets the tone of the innings. Well, he's probably set the tone exactly how his skipper wanted. A wicket maiden in a 2020 one-day international. McCullum gone. without scoring. As I say, plenty of batting to come. Bond and Southey give it a whack down the order.
That's a bit of a loose delivery. That really is a poor delivery to start. You can't bowl there.
Yeah, just on the angle. Shame really, after that excellent first over. Sangakkara would have wanted Welagedera to keep the pressure on, but this was just a loosener, and on the angle, just tucked away neatly by Ryder. He has his first boundary.
Shot. That has been smacked away for 4. Guptill off the mark. Handsome shot.
Yeah, that's my point. If he does that, then all you can say is, yeah, good shot. There was no width there. Maybe a little bit floaty. Even on these pitches, you want to still hit the deck a little bit. So a nervous start. Welagedera, but a good strong hit down the ground. Poor man Guptill uses that reach well.
Oh, look at this. That has been muscled away for 6. Knockout blow.
Maybe not a dab sweep. That's what I like about this lad Ryder. The old-fashioned mo. Nothing wrong with it at all. Back of a length, thank you very much. 91 metres.
A balloon ball. It's a chance.
Well, there's not many you'd say that should catch that. Most people you'd say hard chance, but Dilshan right now thinks he should have caught this. It was hit hard, flat batted, and it was that awkward catching high where you don't know whether to go with fingers up or fingers down. But Dilshan puts it down. Half a chance, really.
It's gone fine. And that will run for 4. That goes down as a loose delivery from the bowler.
A quick leg spinner that out the front of the hand, and it gave Ryder just the pace to help it on its way. Quite quick, this delivery, and Ryder doesn't try and hit it too hard. Good batting.
Straight down the ground. Straight down the ground and high enough. It's a big one. Welcome to the game, Lasith.
Well, we gave him the big build-up. Lasith Malinga, he started with a slower ball. And a clean strike from Guptill. Just waited and waited like a golf swing, just hit straight through the line. 88 metres. Look at this, little slower ball there. Guptill just waited that fraction of a second.
That's the old elastic ball. What a clean hit that was from Guptill. Now, will they go back for a second? Yes, they are. They're going back for a second. He'll have to go. And Jesse Ryder, he was running to the danger end.
Good running from Ryder. We saw in the field earlier, he's quite a good athlete. And the moment he saw it was going to Murali, who's not the quickest, he decided he was going to go back for 2.
Come on! Oh, this should be out. No, poor throw. Malinga was the fieldsman and had every opportunity to run Jesse Ryder out there. It was a pretty poor call from Martin Guptill, and they've got away with it.
Should have been out, really. Struggling with a run, he's only halfway down. It hits the fielder there, in trouble, bad throw.
A really poor throw from where he is. I don't think he got the ball in the hand properly, Malinga. Ryder goes to that long off position again. Good cricket, this.
He reminds me, his stroke player, Trescothick, Marcus Trescothick, the way that the flow of the bat. He's a very good player, is Jesse Ryder.
Goes down the ground, hard and straight and 4. Good shot, Jesse Ryder.
Well, it's a sweet hit, is this. Mentioned that he's got good touch, Jesse Ryder. He's also immensely strong. He's moved on to 27 from 16.
It's really just a patience game for New Zealand. One boundary and over. Wrong end this time. Guptill's quick. I don't think he was quick enough. If that had been a direct hit. Well, they've got away with another one, New Zealand. 49 for 1, 7 gone.
Well, just have a look at this. He's gone for all money. If the ball had gone to the opposite end, Jesse Ryder in no man's land. I'm sure that Sri Lanka have thrown to the wrong end here. It's a wayward throw anyway to the keeper, but Jesse Ryder's not in the frame at the other end. This will be a good shot here. Ryder's gone. Look where he is. He's gone to the wrong end.
On away from over the wicket. Decided to change the angle a little bit. Ryder goes leg side, downwind. Fieldsman's come in, but he's come in too far. He has. If he'd stayed on the boundary, he might have had an outside chance. But it was wind assisted and it went all the way.
Well, this is worth seeing again because Jesse Ryder, I'm convinced, as soon as he hits this, thinks he's not got enough on it. Looks up into the sky and the ball drifts on the wind. And that is a big boundary. It just clears.
Oh, good start to the over. Back over the wicket now, Murali. So one ball around the wicket. It didn't work, so he's back over now. Oh, bowled him. Tried to get too cute there, Jesse Ryder. Not necessarily, and Murali has picked up his man.
Little flatter off spinner from Murali. Been hit for 6 and comes back well. Danger player, Jesse Ryder. 42 from 27, 62 for 2. He could just see it coming. He's hitting for 6. It's just a genuine off spinner. It pitches. It's a little bit flatter, giving himself room leg side. It's as if he's just going to dab it down to third man. Murali gets his man. Sri Lanka get New Zealand's second wicket. Ryder goes 42. It's 62 for 2.
So they're dancing on the outskirts here. New Zealand have just lost their second wicket. 62 for 2. Ross Taylor is the new batsman. Can't get it through.
And Sanat will be quick between the overs. He races back to his mark, turns, comes in, doesn't give you any time to think.
Yeah, as a batsman, you've got to take your time. You've got to make sure you are set. Don't let the bowler dictate. Bowled him. Wow, that's a terrific delivery. Quicker delivery, 96 kilometres per hour. Yorked Martin Guptill, and a really good period of play for Sri Lanka here.
Loads of experience going into this over. He's right at the batsman. Guptill, I think, surprised by the Yorker. He's quick. He gets it right up there. Guptill, I thought was looking down as he ran into ball. He's get through overs very quickly, Jayasuriya. Guptill 19 from 24, 66 for 3. So a little wobble for New Zealand. Ryder going and then Guptill. 2 new batsmen at the crease. You talk about the influence of the spinners. They're right in this, Sri Lanka.
Oh, absolutely. It's the pace of this delivery. Look, he was just late on it, really late. He's given himself some room. He's so late on that, Martin Guptill. Looking to give himself room and maybe hit through the offside. But good thinking, really good thinking, Sanath Jayasuriya. So Scotty Styris, the new batsman, very experienced campaigner, Scott Styris. Back as a permanent fixture in this New Zealand side, one-day cricket and 2020 cricket as well. Last ball, a good over, really good over so far. Just the one run and a wicket from Jayasuriya. Styris is off the mark with a single, but very evenly balanced at the moment. Halfway through the innings, 10 overs gone at 67 for 3.
That's a welcome boundary from Scott Styris. Haven't come that frequently, but we've reached a stage, I think, now where the odd boundary is required as opposed or in addition to singles and twos.
I think at this stage of the innings, it's very important to know which number of balls you want to attack to get a boundary, and the others rotate and get singles and doubles to take that pressure off.
81 for 3.
And it's high into the air. Deep mid-wicket comes in and takes the catch. Simple catch out in the deep. Angelo Matthews completes the job. Another wicket down. New Zealand 86 for 3 after 14.1 overs.
Yeah, a number of things wrong with this shot. It's another wicket for Sri Lanka. They keep on picking wickets. The length was back, and that is not the side of the ground that you want to take your chances hitting the ball into because of the wind. It was miscued. It was a top edge, so it may not have travelled anyway, but so much more difficult into the wind. Matthews had to run forward, and I think he's thinking here about the sun on the western side of the ground, and the ball nearly died on him.
Yeah, you've always got to consider which end you're bowling your bowlers from, especially your slow bowlers. The wind is so strong. It's so much easier to hit to the western side of the ground with the wind as against hitting against the wind. So as a captain, as a batsman, as a bowler, you need to factor this in anytime you're playing at this venue.
Well, Vittori's made his mind up how he wants to play Malinga. He's going back for 2, could be struggling, could be really struggling. That was a great piece of work by Sangakkara. Rudy Kutson's gone upstairs for a referral. They were always struggling. Angelo Matthews with the throw. And it was a fantastic sleight of hand by Sangakkara. Has he done enough?
Well, he turns blind for a start. Oh, this is tight. This is really tight. Desperate dive from Desperate Dan. Oh, he's just in, I think. Third umpire's decision. This is going to be difficult. Wonderful work from Sangakkara. Dives in, ball hits the ground, hits the stumps. He's just in. He's in. He turns blind. He just says that this is 2, turn blind, whatever. But I think he gets away with this.
He's just in. It's a big one, this, for New Zealand. He's not out. Styris on 17. Styris plays all around it. Mendes strikes. And that's another nail driven in to the New Zealand ship. Has Mendes taken a big one out? Styris goes for 17 from 21 balls. 96 for 5, New Zealand.
Well, he's a spinner, Mendes, but this is dead straight. And it's full, middle stump, it's doing nothing, it just goes on straight. Styris hitting it into the next village. You miss, I hit. Sri Lanka turned the screw here, 96 for 5, New Zealand.
Who has really proved over the years that he can come up with the job, come up with the goods when it's required. This is really teasing stuff from Mendes. This is just a good old cart. You see that Saturday afternoon down the local village. Scotty Styris, predetermined, premeditated. Good shot. Super shot. And New Zealand need a few more. Orams on the middle is on the big stage.
Well, this is a huge shot. Jacob Oram is a big man and can hit straight. Needs the confidence to take the spinner on. Look at this sweet strike.
Top deck. That's gone into the top deck, this from Oram. Middle of the bat. Straight into the top deck of the hospitality stand. He's done it again, has he? There's a man underneath it. It's not going to be a six, is it? It is! Cabocadera is there at long on. That ball was in the air for miles. It was up there for ages. Should he have caught it? Or did the wind take it? There's a big breeze, they're dancing. But it's another six. 110 for 5 from 17.
Just check this out. As soon as he hits this, he thinks he's out. One-handed, lofts it into the air. The breeze must take this. Fielder is waiting. It drops just over him. He's come in. He has to backpedal. Oh, this is great cricket from Jacob Oram. 2 sixes. Game changes again.
Oram swings away and loses his stumps. Strike 1 for Welingadara. The big man has gone. That is a huge blow for the Kiwis.
Holds his nerve. Left arm over, fast and straight and full. Jacob Oram looking to hit again. Down to long on. Jesse Ryder looks on. Game swinging again. 20 required from 11. Oram 15 from 6. Useful. 116 for 6. He's looking for that massive 6 again, Jacob Oram. But this is a good delivery coming back into the attack. He's just swinging in ever so slightly. Can't drift down the leg side. Does he drag it on? Doesn't matter. He's bowled.
Number 8 bat with New Zealand 116 for 6. Are they going to change their black caps for black hats? Hopkins, first ball. And he gets it away. There are 2 men behind square on that offside. They've got to be looking for 2. Hopkins comes back. He has to sprint. This time the finger goes up. There's no referral. Dilshan with the throw. And it's going away from New Zealand. Sri Lanka are fielding and bowling themselves to a win. And Hopkins run out. His stay was short-lived. He's gone for 1. It's 117 for 7.
Brilliant work from Dilshan.
Nathan McCullum is the new bat for New Zealand. His brother Brendan did not contribute to the New Zealand scorecard. He made duck. Nathan McCullum took a tremendous catches. 3 catches. They could do with the 3-4s from him. This is Hopkins swinging away. 2 men behind square on that offside. Dilshan gets the ball in quickly.
Well, it is a great throw and a great collect, I think, from Sangakkara. Nice half volley. He's quick, Hopkins, real quick.
Vettori works it round on that leg side. The skipper has answered the call. He wants more of the strike. And can Vettori steer New Zealand home?
Well, Daniel Vettori threads this through the leg side. There are plenty of fielders over there. He gets it perfectly between fine leg and deep backward square leg. It squirts away. 14 from 8. Next 2 deliveries. Malinga's ball in the last over. Everybody knows that. Next 2 deliveries for New Zealand to drag that required rate down. 14 from 8 required.
Squirted it. Oh, he's going to get 4. What a shot! That is quite a sensational shot from Nathan McCullum. How did he get it there?
Well, it's almost a sweep. How do they do that, Des? And they dance on. He's gone for 4. 4 required from 3 now. Vettori 17 from 15. Nathan McCullum 9 from 4. 4 required from 3. Field changes.
Now Vettori's coming back, is he? Vettori is coming back. He has sacrificed his wicket. It was not necessary. Surely it wasn't. And Vettori had given up. He knew it was a sacrificial run. Oh, look at this. It's gone for 6. McCullum is New Zealand's hero, Nathan McCullum. A 6 to finish the match. The most extraordinary end, the most extraordinary start to the 2010 ICC World 2020. The New Zealand Black Caps have beaten Sri Lanka in the first match here at Providence.
Daniel, well played. That must give you a lot of confidence, beating a side like Sri Lanka in conditions like that.
Yeah, I think so. I think particularly the way we bowled and to be able to restrict them to that score, I think was really pleasing. We're probably fortunate that we've played a couple of games here and got a feel for the ground, and that held us in pretty good stead today.
Were you happy with 135, or do you feel you could have got a bit more?
135 was pretty good, but we knew how difficult Sri Lanka would be with the nature of their bowlers. It's a real strength of their side. Malinga, Murathan, Mendes, Matthews bowled really well as well. So we knew it was going to be tough, and we probably put ourselves under too much pressure with the way we batted in the middle. But fortunate, Nathan McCullum and I suppose Jacob Oram rescued us a bit at the end.
Sri Lanka winning the toss, 135 for 6, a glorious 81 from Mahela Jayawardene. And the wickets shared amongst the New Zealand bowlers. New Zealand 139 for 8, with Nathan McCullum hitting New Zealand home with 16 not out, winning with a ball to spare